hoping the truth comes out eventually.
Mm-hmm. Just say, yeah. Yeah.
E-V, how do you spell eventually? E-V-E-N...
T-U... Oh, I gotta type it.
We've been hearing a lot about Mackenzie Shirilla's day-to-day life in jail lately, and these phone calls have been giving listeners a pretty detailed look into what her routine is like. With every new recording, more details seem to come out about the environment around her and the challenges she's dealing with behind bars. In previous calls, there were discussions about the constant noise in the facility, including another inmate whose behavior was reportedly loud and disruptive throughout the day and night. According to the conversations, the situation has made it difficult to find much peace or quiet, and that's become one of the recurring topics people have been talking about. But now the focus is starting to shift away from jail life and towards something else entirely, her social life. That's where many listeners have become especially interested.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Pumpkin.
Who's Steven?
Why?
Oh my gosh. Hi, how are you? I just came across your story online. I'm just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing. I'm Steve. I'm 43.
Holy crap.
I've been on the long side of the law with drinking and driving twice, so I know how being locked up can get. If you ever want to talk or need a friend, I'm here for you.
Hello.
Say hey.
Hey, can you ask somebody what the number for the warden is? So messages are working.
Oh yeah, I have all my message inbox.
So tell me who messaged you?
Hold on, I'm messaging Steven back.
Okay.
Because the calls reveal conversations about several men who have been reaching out to her. For a lot of people following the case, that wasn't necessarily the topic they expected to hear dominating these discussions. What's particularly interesting is the timing. While the case itself remains the biggest reason she's in the public spotlight, the conversations often drift toward new connections, new contacts, and the people she's communicating with. As a result, many listeners have been paying close attention to who these individuals are and how often they come up in the calls. In one of the previous recordings, Mackenzie talked about a man named Kevin. She seemed hesitant about whether she should respond, and that became a notable part of the discussion. Now, however, another name is entering the picture, Steven from New York. That detail immediately caught attention because listeners noticed the name sounded familiar. Naturally, people started wondering what her mother's reaction would be and whether she would have any opinions about the situation. As we've heard before, Natalie is rarely shy about sharing her thoughts during these conversations. The discussion also touches on the age of the person she's speaking with, which becomes another topic of conversation between them. Once again, listeners are left trying to figure out what to make of the exchange and where exactly these conversations are heading. Rather than making assumptions, though, many people are tuning in to hear the details directly from the calls themselves. And if the previous recordings are any indication, this latest discussion is likely to give listeners even more insight into what has been occupying Mackenzie's attention lately. Let's see where the conversation goes next.
I'm gonna write his name down. Kenzie. It's on the Today Show.
What?
Girl. I'm telling you, they're about to get ready for the biggest fucking plot twist of the century. Right?
What? What did they say about me?
No, it's not on the TV. It's just online, and they're just reposting the story, but that's okay. That's okay, right? That's all right. Plot twist, bitch. Right?
But for now, the focus shifts away from Kevin and lands squarely on Steven. As the conversation continues, listeners get more details about this latest person Mackenzie has been talking to, and it's clear that both she and her mother are paying close attention to the situation. Almost immediately, Natalie starts reacting to what she's hearing. When Steven's age comes up, she doesn't seem particularly surprised and quickly moves the conversation forward. Then, without missing a beat, the discussion shifts to something completely different: problems with the prison messaging system. That's where many listeners started raising their eyebrows. Rather than simply accepting the issue, Natalie begins talking about contacting prison officials and trying to figure out why the messages aren't working properly. The conversation almost sounds like someone dealing with a customer service problem, rather than discussing the realities of life behind bars. For many people listening, that moment stood out because of how casually it was discussed. The frustration over communication problems seems to become a bigger topic than some of the much heavier subjects connected to the case itself. Then the conversation takes another turn and moves toward media coverage, specifically the Today Show. As soon as that topic comes up, listeners can hear a noticeable interest in how the case is being covered publicly. The discussion quickly becomes centered on the attention Mackenzie is receiving and what that coverage might mean.
Write your book. Start writing your book. You hear what I'm saying?
I need my baby book to write my book, though.
I know. Well, maybe I can
I'll start it, though.
You start writing your book. So, okay, I'm going to write these names down from these randos. That's so nice, though, that they're doing that.
I'm so sad Diamond left, because that's like, man, I would be telling her about this man.
Okay. That was nice. Good. I was going to call the warden today and ask her about,
Oh, my God, I got no sleep last night. Tell me why, like, she was just fake throwing up all night. Like, it was so irritating. Like,
what?
Yeah, it's like making herself throw up all night, and I just had to listen to it all night. It was disgusting.
Ew. Ugh. That noise just makes me want to
Yes,
throw
I just
up.
had all night.
What the hell? Why was she doing?
Did she move off the pod? Why is she locked up?
At that point, many viewers started focusing on the dynamic between Mackenzie and Natalie rather than the media coverage itself. Throughout these calls, Natalie often appears eager to agree with or support whatever direction the conversation takes. And listeners have pointed out that pattern time and time again. Some critics even compare it to a situation where someone constantly checks another person's reaction before deciding how they feel about something themselves. Whether it's a television appearance, a news story, or another topic entirely, many people believe Natalie often looks to Mackenzie for cues before fully committing to an opinion. That perception has become one of the biggest talking points surrounding these recordings. Some listeners see it as loyalty and support between a mother and daughter. Others believe it reflects a much deeper family dynamic that has been present for years. Either way, the relationship between the two continues to draw almost as much attention as the actual topics they're discussing. By the end of this section, what stands out most isn't Stephen, the messaging system, or even the media coverage. Instead, it's the way the conversation unfolds between Mackenzie and Natalie, a dynamic that continues to spark debate every time a new call is released. The more these calls continue, the more some listeners find themselves focusing on the role Natalie plays in everything that's happening.
What the fuck?
What?
Well, one of the girls that I talked to in here is on lockup.
Uh-oh. Why? What happened? Yeah.
But yeah, I have heavily video calls today. I have 4.
Yay! Oh, I hope they work.
I said, hey, it's so nice of you to reach out. I need all the support I get. I'm hoping the truth comes out eventually.
Mm-hmm. Just say, yeah. Yeah.
E-V, how do you spell eventually? E-V-E-N...
T-U...
U...
Oh, I gotta type it.
A... No.
L-L... No. T-U-A-L-L-Y. Oh my God, I'm so glad your messages are working.
I need all the support again. I'm hoping the truth comes out eventually.
And then talk about his thing too. Like, what happened? Do you want to share your story?
Time in jail. So it's scary.
Many people following the recordings have pointed out that her level of involvement goes far beyond simply listening to updates from her daughter. One detail that caught attention is how communication seems to extend beyond Mackenzie's herself. In many jail calls and situations, contact remains between the inmate and the person they're speaking with. But in these conversations, it sounds like information about the people reaching out to Mackenzie is also being shared with her mother.
Hear your last sentence.
I said, this is my first time in jail, so it's scary. LOL.
Yeah.
How long were you locked up?
You can even say something like, after this, I feel like half the people in jail are innocent. Remember, just don't talk about the case with anybody, right? Because we don't know. He could be a reporter. We don't know.
Oh, I wish he was a reporter. I'll talk to him.
No, you can't talk about the case, though. You just don't know who anybody is. Remember, you cannot talk about the case at all.
I know, especially
right?
with randoms.
Right. Or with anybody, but yeah, especially randoms. We don't know who they are.
I feel like half the people in jail innocent.
Yeah, 100%.
That has led some listeners to question whether the family is becoming far more connected to these outside contacts than most people would expect. As names, locations, and other details come up, Natalie appears interested in keeping track of who these individuals are. For many viewers, that's become another surprising aspect of the calls. Instead of staying at arm's length from strangers drawn to a high-profile case, the conversations sometimes make it sound like the family is becoming increasingly familiar with them. That has raised concerns among some listeners. They argue that inviting more interaction from unknown people could create unnecessary risks, especially considering the amount of public attention the case has already received. Others believe it's simply a family trying to maintain connections and support during a difficult situation.
Oh, I got my book.
Yay! Oh, that's a quick turnaround time. Because usually when I drop stuff off at Juvie, you get like 4 days, 5 days later.
And I did hashtag free chance.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. And he even sent me. Oh, he did. He sent me a stamp, so he knows.
Yeah. Aw.
I'm dead as fuck.
Just remember, they could be reporters, so.
Oh, I got one
nothing about the case.
You Faith. Hold on. I'm gonna message. What's his name now? This is Kevin. I'm from Madison. Okay, hold on. I'm late and serious, very hot.
I do love that you can call me all the time, though.
Oh, I know. I love that.
Me too.
Well, I need to. Hold on. Somebody is showering, and it makes me nervous, even when random shower.
Why?
Hold on. I don't know.
Either way, it's another topic that has generated plenty of discussion. As the conversation moves forward, many people continue noticing how supportive Natalie seems to be during nearly every exchange. No matter what topic comes up, she often responds with encouragement, agreement, or enthusiasm. Longtime followers of these calls have pointed out this pattern repeatedly, and it's become one of the defining features of their conversations. Then another interesting detail emerges when Mackenzie mentions receiving multiple messages and videos in a single day.
You was loud last night. Why was you puking? You heard me telling you to be quiet? Oh my goodness, that's scary. Excuse me, you got a piece of paper? All right, thank you. I have to write down so I can message them back. She's like, wait, tell me why last night. She's like, you're gonna die and I'm gonna die and I'm gonna come into your bed. I'm like, telling you last night through the wall. I'm like, Mom. I'm like, oh my god, I wish my mom could hear this. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my god.
Oh, and I got a video call at these times, but hold up.
At what time?
I had them at that would probably, you're gonna be here all day or just for this one? 1:35.
Yeah, I'm just here for this one. The rest of these I won't be here for. All
right, thank you. All right, I have to write down what I want to talk about.
Wait, Kevin, what's Kevin's last name? Okay, and where is Stephen from? New York?
Yes, New York.
That revelation immediately catches attention because it highlights just how many people may be attempting to contact her. For some listeners, it's difficult to understand why so many strangers would become invested enough to reach out. That's where the discussion becomes especially fascinating. Many viewers have commented on how unusual it is that a case this controversial continues attracting so much attention from people who have no direct connection to it. Yet here we are with new names, new messages, and new conversations appearing in the calls. And for many listeners, that remains one of the strangest parts of the entire story. The conversation takes a strange turn when they start talking about spelling. At one point, they're trying to figure out how to spell eventually, and the whole exchange leaves listeners shaking their heads. Many people online joke that it was such a simple word to get stuck on, while others pointed out that everybody has moments where they blank on something basic that quickly turns into a bigger discussion about education and everyday knowledge.
I know I have this feeling that something's going to happen, like with all these people reaching out, it makes me feel like,
yeah.
Like, you remember that one guy who got arrested for murder, and he became like a model because he was just like, everyone was like loving his mugshot?
Hell yeah, that dude was hot. I remember
He's an
that
actor
guy.
and shit now. Like, I watched a movie with him in it.
You did?
Yes.
Oh my
It's
god.
called The Secret Society. It's good as fuck.
Yeah, he's hot.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Some listeners found it funny that a conversation about one word ended up becoming a debate about larger issues. It's one of those moments that probably wasn't meant to be memorable, but it ended up standing out anyway. The reactions only get stronger from there. Many viewers started joking about how these are the same people who participate in their communities, vote, and help shape local decisions. Whether people agreed or disagreed, the comments definitely got attention and sparked plenty of discussion afterward. Then the topic shifts toward prisons and the justice system.
No, he was arrested for murder. He probably didn't even do anything. That's messed up.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm sure. So yeah, we can talk about anything. Like, what do you like to do? What do I heart to do? And then, what music?
Oh my gosh, did you hear anything last night? Out your window at 10 o'clock.
I think I did. I just didn't get up.
That was Faith.
Fuck, I knew she was going to come. I should have been ready. She was playing music?
That was her, and they yelled, Kenzie! I gave them your YouTube channel. And they were bumping music from your YouTube channel. They were supposed to be there at 8:30, but he didn't get off until super late.
I was probably asleep, but, like, I swear I heard something.
That's what I told her. I'm like, she's probably sleeping, honey.
Oh.
Isn't that so? She's so sweet.
Sorry. I love Faith.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who the other one is with. How many of these messages are from you, like the video chats?
I think I have two. I do my 2 nighttime ones. Maybe. What do you have? What time are they?
7:30, like your 2, and then one at 1 and one at 7.
The conversation becomes more sarcastic as they start talking about claims that large numbers of inmates are innocent. The remarks get more exaggerated as they go along, with listeners hearing increasingly over-the-top suggestions that clearly aren't meant to be taken literally. That leads into a series of jokes about what would happen if prisons were suddenly emptied. Many viewers found the sarcasm obvious, especially as the conversation keeps escalating. It's another example of how quickly these discussions can jump from one subject to another without much warning. The jokes continue when the focus shifts toward Natalie and the idea of her being in a position of authority. That immediately creates another round of reactions from listeners who have spent months hearing her perspective throughout these calls. The thought alone becomes a source of commentary. Then another detail catches attention. As the conversation moves forward, it becomes clear that Mackenzie may still be talking to multiple men at the same time. After previously hearing about Kevin and Steven, listeners start connecting the dots and realizing there may be several ongoing conversations happening at once. That revelation stands out because relationships outside communication have become one of the biggest recurring themes in these recordings.
Say him again.
I'm texting. I'll do it a second.
Okay.
I usually... Oh my god, we get count today.
I'm so freaking excited for you.
I usually can talk every day, but... Oh! Okay, I'm so glad I remember to tell you this. Please, for sentencing, I want you to bring me my Dime Girl shirt. I want to wear that while I'm being sentenced.
Oh.
And I want to wear my black juicy tracksuit with my Dime Girl shirt.
Okay.
I mean, what does it even matter? I mean, she already had her opinion on me the whole time, so I'm wearing my Dime shirt.
Black juicy. And okay, that's what you got arrested in, actually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's in the bag. I'm like, I know where that is. That's all in that bag. Okay, I can't believe I said that freaking sentence. People are so gross. Like, the judge that's doing Trump's case, she's getting threatening letters from people that if Trump's not elected in 2024, they're going to come to her house and kill her. Like, people are so gross. Social media I hope this...
I wonder what Dom would think about this.
Every time a new name gets mentioned, people immediately start paying attention. Toward the end of this section, the discussion returns to daily life inside the facility. A comment about someone taking a shower nearby somehow becomes another topic of conversation. Some listeners found it amusing, while others saw it as just another glimpse into the small details of prison life that keep surfacing in these calls. By the end, listeners have heard discussions about spelling, prisons, relationships, and everyday jail life all packed into the same conversation. It's another example of how unpredictable these recordings can be and why people continue following them so closely. The conversation continues, and before long, the focus shifts back to the growing list of people contacting Mackenzie. As names start coming up again, Natalie asks where Steve and Kevin are from, and the answer immediately catches attention. Both of them are apparently from New York, which becomes another detail added to the ongoing discussion. What stands out to many listeners is how much information seems to be getting exchanged. At certain points, parts of the conversation become unclear, leaving some people wondering exactly what details are being shared behind the scenes. That uncertainty has led to plenty of speculation from viewers following these recordings.
With you? Or Trump?
Trump.
You know he would totally be on Trump's side.
I know.
He's a businessman.
He's a good businessman. What can I say?
What the heck? He would totally be.
Oh my God, this is so annoying. Oh, hold on. I'm going to go to...
A lot of listeners have pointed out the risks that can come with communicating with complete strangers, especially in a case that has received so much public attention. When people become heavily invested in a high-profile story, there's always the possibility that some individuals may take things too far. That's why several viewers have expressed concern about how much access unknown people may be getting to the family. For many observers, the biggest question isn't who these people are. It's whether enough caution is being exercised. The internet has a way of connecting strangers very quickly, and not everyone who reaches out has the same intentions. That's something listeners keep bringing up whenever new names enter the conversation. The discussion then moves to one of the men Mackenzie has been talking about. As details are mentioned, it becomes clear that there is confusion surrounding his background and past legal issues. Some information gets referenced, but many listeners are left trying to sort out what is accurate and what may simply be misunderstandings or secondhand information. That has become another recurring theme throughout these calls. Often, pieces of information are mentioned briefly, and people are left trying to connect the dots afterward. Sometimes those details end up being important, and other times they create more questions than answers. The conversation also sparks a broader discussion about decision-making and personal judgment. Many viewers have commented that some of the choices being discussed leave them scratching their heads. Others argue that it's easy to criticize from the outside without knowing the full picture. Either way, the calls continue generating strong reactions from both sides. Toward the end of this section, another interesting update emerges. It sounds like Mackenzie may finally have access to her tablet again. Longtime followers of these recordings will remember that access to communication devices had been a recurring issue in earlier calls. At the time, there were frequent complaints about restrictions, housing situations, and difficulties communicating with people on the outside. Now, based on this conversation, it appears that situation may have changed. Many listeners immediately noticed the difference because the calls seem to suggest that she's in a different position than she was during some of the earlier recordings. Whether that leads to even more communication and new developments remains to be seen, but it's definitely a detail that caught people's attention. The conversation continues with more discussion about Mackenzie's life inside the facility, and one of the biggest updates is that she now appears to have access to her tablet again. According to the call, she's excited about being able to communicate more easily, including having more opportunities to stay in touch with her mother. That detail immediately caught the attention of listeners who had been following earlier recordings. Many people in the comments have also been curious about how communication works in prison. From what has been discussed in these calls, tablets seem to be fairly common in many facilities, depending on housing status and restrictions. As a result, inmates may be able to send messages, make certain calls, and access approved services through those devices. For listeners unfamiliar with the system, it was an interesting glimpse into daily prison life. The discussion then shifts toward privileges and whether all inmates should receive the same level of access. That's a topic that generated plenty of reactions online, with people debating what kinds of incentives or restrictions should exist within correctional facilities. It's one of those subjects where everyone seems to have a different opinion. From there, the conversation circles back to something listeners have heard before: Mackenzie's attitude toward authority and court proceedings.
35, 7 o'clock, 7:30, and 8.
Oh, maybe I do have them. Did I take all the nighttime ones?
I don't care. I like when I do it because then it helps us stay out longer.
I think I did because I wasn't sure if the terminal was going to work, and that way if it wasn't working, then a call would be on another one. You know what I mean?
No, all my calls are on this terminal.
Okay. That might all be me at the end.
Oh my God, Steven, that is so fucking funny. Like, that
That's
is
very
so
nice.
weird.
It's a little bit weird, so yeah, keep your guard up. So who
Like,
else?
I'm 43. I know you're 19 because it said it on the news. But I'm 43, so what's up?
Oh my God, and these people are paying money to talk to you.
As they should.
Wild.
Many people following the case have pointed out moments where they believe she resisted certain expectations or wanted to do things her own way. Whether those interpretations are fair or not, it's a theme that repeatedly comes up whenever these recordings are discussed. Another topic that emerges is the possibility of future parole hearings. Even though those discussions may still be far down the road, listeners immediately started speculating about what could happen if that day eventually arrives. Some believe she will remain incarcerated for a very long time, while others wonder what factors could influence future decisions. Either way, it's a topic that continues to spark debate whenever it's mentioned. The conversation then turns toward public criticism and the reactions Mackenzie receives from people online and in the media. Throughout these calls, there are recurring complaints about how others speak about her and how she's perceived by the public. However, many listeners argue that what is being described as hostility is often just people expressing their honest opinions about the case and its outcome. Toward the end of this section, the focus unexpectedly shifts back to Dom and some of the goals he had for the future. Listeners hear references to business ideas, projects, and plans he reportedly hoped to pursue. According to the discussion, he seemed like someone who was constantly thinking about new opportunities and trying to build something for himself. That final part of the conversation stood out to many people because it offered a brief look at a different side of the story. While much of these calls focus on Mackenzie's current situation, moments like this remind listeners of the future plans and ambitions that were also part of the lives affected by everything that happened.
Text me.
The chubby one?
No. Wait.
Oh, Michigan?
I think so, because she's a mess, Kenzie.
What'd she say?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so long. It's so long. She's been in your situation before.
I know. We used to talk about it all the time.
Yep. But she didn't get charged. Whatever, we can't talk about it right now on the phone. Anyway, she knows that you love Dominic with all your heart. And you saw yourself being with him, all the way to the end of life, and married and everything, grow old together. All I know is that Kenzie loves that man with all her heart. I'm so sorry. If you can please send Kenzie my number. Tell her to call me whenever she's ready. I just want to tell her I'm here for her and I support her no matter what. So I'm going to send her the information to download. Did you hear all that okay, or was it broken up?
I love her.
Mm-hmm. And then Auntie Stephanie and Tiffany are posting, don't believe the media, don't believe everything you hear, we're never going to stop fighting, #FreeKenzie. Did you hear that part?
Hold on, let me turn you up because this bitch is yelling.
Okay. You have 1 minute left.
And hold on, I'm just going to call you back right now.
Okay, bye.
I love you.
It's a detail that many viewers found particularly noteworthy as the discussion came to a close. Many people following the case have argued that one of the things Mackenzie valued most in Dom was his ambition and drive. From their perspective, even while he was trying to build things for his future and work toward bigger goals, he was also someone who spent money on her and provided things she wanted. That's why some critics believe the relationship may not have meant the same thing to both people involved. Those same listeners often point to the jail calls as part of the reason they feel that way. Throughout these conversations, there seems to be a lot of focus on new people reaching out, new connections, and new attention coming her way. As a result, some viewers have questioned how much emotional weight she still places on past relationships compared to what's happening in the present. One thing that also stood out in this particular call is how little Dom was discussed. Many listeners noticed that despite the conversation covering a wide range of topics, his name barely seemed to come up at all. That observation quickly became another point of discussion online. Meanwhile, the background noise of prison life continues to make appearances in these recordings, including the now familiar interruptions from other inmates. For longtime listeners, those moments have almost become part of the experience. The conversation eventually shifts into a broader point about public perception and accountability. Some people involved in controversial situations often encourage others not to believe everything they hear, and many viewers have noticed similar themes appear in other high-profile cases as well. That's why some listeners immediately drew comparisons to stories they've followed in the past. As the discussion wraps up, one final theme keeps coming up: the idea of telling people not to trust the media. Throughout many high-profile cases, it's common to hear claims that news coverage is unfair, misleading, or missing important context. But many listeners argue that simply saying "don't believe the news" isn't enough on its own. That's because people often look at the evidence being presented and ask a simple question: what's the alternative explanation? In situations where reports include court records, documents, timestamps, testimony, videos, and other verifiable information, many viewers feel that challenging those conclusions requires more than just dismissing the coverage outright. That's been a major point of debate surrounding this case, and many others like it. For a lot of people following these jail calls, that's what stands out most. The frustration with media coverage is clear, but critics argue that public opinion is often shaped by the facts and evidence that become available throughout the legal process. Whether people agree with the outcome or not, those discussions continue long after the headlines fade. And with that, this call comes to an end. These recordings continue giving people plenty to analyze, debate, and discuss, and every new release seems to add another layer to the story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss future uploads. Also, drop a comment below and let everyone know what stood out to you the most from these calls. Your thoughts help keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned and take care.